I will let Owen know if you're still listening. Owen, you're inspiring.
Best kid ever.
Owen, the way.
Welcome to another episode of the Morning Fanatic Podcast. I'm Albert Torres, and sports fanatics, please don't forget to hit that like button on this video. Subscribe to our channel if you have not done so yet. Let us know your thoughts about the show with a comment below and what other topics you would like for us to discuss. And don't forget to share this with a friend. So sit tight, relax, and vente pa' acá. Let's start the show. Carlos, Filthy Texican, how are you doing today, man?
Pretty good. Enjoying my weekend today. Very relaxed.
Badass, man. Yeah, same here. I'm enjoying the weekend. Doing the podcast a little early today because I'm hitting the river tomorrow. So about to get a little bit of a tan.
That's something that I'm probably gonna be a while for me to jump back onto on the river. On the counter side.
Yeah.
Not having much water activities this summer has kind of sucked. We just chilled by the pool.
Yeah, man. I mean, your pool's pretty chill. It's pretty nice out there. And I mean, the only thing you'll be missing is just getting my mile at the river all those times, man.
Nah, fuck that. I remember just getting home, just trashed. Recovery and a day and a half of recovery. Don't miss that.
Yeah. Nah, so we'll see tomorrow.
Remember when we went to go play ball right after that one time, the river? We had a city league game. Do you remember?
Oh my god.
I was about to say it's gonna take him a second to register. I'm gonna wait for the reaction.
That's true. Remember warm-ups? Court was right. Court was right here, and we were shooting like over there. Fucked up. Seeing like 3 courts in the same fucking view. But yeah, that's true. I completely forgot about that.
Like,
wow.
2000, maybe 12, 2013,
man.
maybe.
Bien Bills. No, shit. Brought back memories with that.
Summer league flashback.
I know, but man, we're I mean, as you guys could see, we're missing the third guy of our Morning Fanatic crew, Joey Black Mamba. Shout out to Joey, man. We miss you, dog.
Get that paper, OT.
Get that paper, yeah, OT. And Joey, you better like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and comment right down below your thoughts on the topics that we have today, Joey. So expect to see a lot of comments down there, especially with some of these topics.
Oh, he's gonna be interested on some of these topics, that's for sure.
For sure. But yeah, let's get started on our first topic. It's the NBA draft. In a surprise move with the first pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic selected Duke power forward Paolo Banchero. At number 2, the Oklahoma City Thunder selected Gonzaga center Chet Holmgren. And at number 3, the Houston Rockets took Auburn's Jabari Smith Jr. Carlos, what were your thoughts on the draft?
Man, my thoughts on the draft were that I don't know that any one of these, even top 10 guys, are actual franchise players, but I think they will all be very good rotation pieces. Maybe like borderline all-stars, but I think I'm excited to see how the Rockets can do, because they're a really, really young team with a lot of upside talent, but unproven. As far as the Thunder goes, man, they need to get those kids on a specific meal diet or a vitamin plan. And I know I'm not one to talk, but I'm also not 7 feet. So there's that. But yeah, that front line for the Warriors is going to get mauled. I mean, for the Warriors, I'm sorry, for the Thunder. They need a little bit more. But I'm excited to see what these young cats can bring into the league. A little bit more refreshment, maybe spring back a couple of these vets and just make sure they don't get dethroned by any one of these youngins. But I'm excited for Jaden Ivey in Detroit. I wasn't aware of how much his family had history in the city of Detroit. I think he also had like, I don't want to misquote, but I think it was uncles or grandfathers that played for the Lions.
Oh wow, really?
And in his intro, it was pretty cool. The Pistons management or uh the franchise, the organization, they pulled out like jerseys from his grandpa, his dad, and his mom. And I think his mom played for the WNBA team. So I thought that was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
saw that. Nice. Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited too. You know, I did a little bit of research on these players, and I mean, of course, all one and dones, which doesn't surprise me nowadays. I mean, they're just going for that paper,
Get it where
and
you fit it.
and you know what? I'm kind of excited to see Chet Holmgren. I mean, you know, I mean, not as big as Zion, but this kid was out there, man, for like a while in social media. You know, tall, skinny dude dominating. I don't know if you remember or if you've seen that video where he just
Posterizing some cats. Yeah.
but he also toys with Steph Curry. I think it was in his camp. He did his move behind the back, shook him con madre, spin, dunked on him, or not on him, but he blew by him, and everybody was like, "Oh shit!" throughout the
I,
like the
I
video.
I do remember him having a social media hype, but then I don't know. I saw him in the tournament, and like I know he was effective, clearly a number 2 pick, but
Mhm.
I don't know. Didn't see anything in college that screams at me, this kid's ready. He's the real deal. He's gonna change something.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
yet.
I think we should give him a chance just because, you know, like you said, they got to get him in some type of vitamins, diets, nutrition,
Meal plan, yeah,
um,
just
meal plan. And if I were Sam, I would hit up Giannis Antetokounmpo's trainer and see if he could get him to that level. Because if he could get like that, man, then now we're talking.
I think that was a little bit of genetics and just Giannis willpower, Mamba mentality from the freak,
Yeah,
whatever verbiage you'd like to use for him. But I feel like this kid kind of has to fill out a little more, man. Like he
yeah,
weighs less than 200 pounds
yeah.
as a
At 7 feet,
center.
man.
I didn't even know that was could be like actually physically
Yeah,
possible,
I
but
feel that,
here we are.
man. Even like not as talented tall guys in the NBA, like I could see Adams just
Oh
toying
yeah.
with them, just with his pinky, he'll send them flying.
Gobert with 0 post moves will fucking dominate this kid.
Yeah,
Like
Gobert, like this guy is like these
Embiid.
man.
He's not,
Yeah,
he's not
and
he's not gonna be barbecue chicken. He's gonna be chicken nuggets, bro. Kids meal,
yeah,
6-piece tranquilito.
yeah.
Fácil in 2
All
bites.
these post guys are gonna be loving it. But yeah, no, I'm excited for him. Jabari Smith Jr. I didn't really see a lot of his stuff. I saw the Bancaron. I don't even know if I was pronouncing it right, but that's what I heard how they have him.
Bankero sounds about right, but
Yeah,
who knows? I didn't look for pronunciation.
yeah. We'll see how that gets pronounced. You know, Antetokounmpo's took a while for everyone.
I'm not even gonna mention the Kings because almost by default that's guaranteed to be a trash pick. So poor
Yeah.
guy, man.
I mean, I'm also excited, you know, for my Cavs 14th overall pick, Uchai Abaji, if I'm
Is that
pronouncing it right.
is that officially still lottery? Yeah, right. Top 15 is lottery.
Yeah, I mean, officially it's a high lottery, but I'm excited for that, man. I was looking at his videos. I was looking. He's a 4-year man out of Kansas. He was the Final Fours outstanding player of the year. I mean, you know, in this draft, man, only 4-year guys in the whole NBA draft. Only 4. A lot of these are one and dones, sophomores. I mean, of course, I didn't see a lot of juniors on there. There were some, but just mainly filled with one and dones, man. So I feel that maybe this is a wing player that the Cavs have been needing. Hopefully, he could be that 3-and-D guy. But I'm excited looking at his stuff, and I mean, I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping for that next big time superstar that the Cavs need. Darius Garland, my favorite player. He's all-star, but he's gonna need some help, and I don't know if he could be that big time superstar that's gonna elevate the Cavs. So I'm excited about my Cavs pick right there as well.
Yeah, well, we didn't really have picks, but I like what we did with our trade and getting Christian Wood and the second round, moving around our picks to get something in the second round too. I don't know. I like it. I'm excited with the Mavs off season so far. Not sure if anything else is gonna happen. I'm wondering if Brunson is going to be lured by the Knicks or not. But
Yeah, his dad, la decir, vente pa' acá. Come to New York.
but he
boy."
knows. But even he knows it's not stable out there. Like, are you really gonna do that to your son? But if he's gonna get taken care of financially, then that's fine. But at the same time, you're gonna have like a lot more expenses in New York than there is in Dallas.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and then before we move on to the next topic too, I want to squeeze this in here. I know Joey was missed today, so I want to squeeze in some of his guarantees about this draft. So Joey, when you watch this, I took the screenshots. Remember, I started screenshotting these guarantees because man, some of these could take long. So Joey guaranteed Johnny Davis will be the best player in this draft. So it's gonna be on YouTube, man. It's gonna be on the internet. Everybody remember Johnny Davis. Joey said Johnny Davis will be the best player in the draft. And do you know who picked them, Carlos?
If I'm looking at this correctly, it's the Wizards out of Wisconsin.
Okay. Well,
he's gonna get a
look.
chance. He's gonna get a chance to play.
And then Mark Williams will be the first defensive player of the year in this draft. That's what Joey said. Those are the two guarantees by Joey.
Okay.
In this draft.
Hornets and Wizards on
yeah.
League Pass
on
next
watch.
year.
Oh yeah, for sure. On League Pass. But yeah, no, let's move on to our next topic. Carlos, question real quick. Do you have a wish list or no? Like anywhere, Amazon, anywhere?
Man, almost everything that I like, want, or need, I'm very fortunate to be able to get for myself. So no, I can't say I have a wish list going right now, but it's something that's never in the way. So I should start one.
All right. Well, you know who else or who does have a wish list?
Who's
it's
that?
Kyrie Irving.
Ooh.
But it's a sign and trade wish list. Irving has created a list of teams he'd like the Brooklyn Nets to consider working on a sign and trade if they both can't agree on a long-term deal. The list includes the Lakers, Clippers, Knicks, Heat, Mavs, and 76ers. Irving has until Wednesday to opt into his last year of his current contract. Carlos, where do you think Kyrie will end up next season?
I think Kyrie is bluffing with not a very good hand right now. And he's bluffing before there's even that many cards on the table yet. So honestly, he's going about this all wrong. But I don't see him opting out of that contract, no matter if they extend him or they don't extend him. You think he's opting out or he already officially opted out?
No, he has until Wednesday, which will be hopefully airing this out on Monday. So 2 days after that, it'll be Wednesday when he has to make a decision. If he does opt in, I believe it was the 36.6.
36. He's not leaving 36 on the table. He's going to have to prove that he's able to play. I'm not even going to say 82 because we know that that's not a possibility for him. So I don't know. What's a good number for that kind of a player?
I mean,
without excusing the fact that, like, I don't know, some stars aligned in a certain direction, therefore he can't pray towards that star and he has to take a night off. None of that shit. Just he's available, ready to go. How many games do you see him playing out of 82?
Man,
I don't see more than 65. All healthy.
I was even thinking just 50 was the first number that came to mind. Like
I was being generous with 60, and I threw him another 5. But if he could do 60 and prove me wrong, which I'm a nobody, but if he could do 60 a game, I mean, I'm sorry, not 60 a game. Scratch that. 60 games in the next NBA season, I would feel secure offering him the max after that. But even then, once he signs the max, what guarantees me that he's not going to go back to his antics? They have to throw that shit in his contract. Him and Ben Simmons, congratulations. You just put yourself in those fucking predicaments from here on out, from forever till you play basketball. Congratulations. You're going to have that shit on your stupid ass contract forever. I wouldn't sign just, here's all the money, Ben Simmons. Here's all the money, Kyrie Irving. You're an incredible basketball player. You deserve every dollar. Not those two guys. Sorry, I don't care. They can win accolades next season. I still don't trust them mentally.
I think so. So you think he's just bluffing? He's going to be a net
Yes.
next season? Okay.
Yeah, I went way all the way around to say that, but yes.
I think, me, Kyrie and LeBron were my favorite to watch when they were with the Cavs. So and I'm not a Lakers fan, obviously,
He's about to be.
But I would really love to see him in a Lakers uniform, back with LeBron. Imagine with AD. But that's my heart talking, and I also think this is just he's forcing the Nets to sign him. So I think he's gonna still end up being with the Nets, whether he opts in and forces them, or not saying that he's gonna get a long-term deal, but he's more than likely gonna opt in, and he's gonna be a net. He's gonna be playing to start the season. Who knows if he'll get traded later throughout the season, but I think he's gonna start next season with the Nets. And this is just what you were saying, because you want him in an incentive deal then, to where he's going to play a certain amount of games and
correct. If you're here,
that's
X amount of games and you get paid.
That's what the Nets are trying to do. So that's why there's this stoppage, or how they say it, an impasse on the contract negotiations.
So what's the counter to that? Okay, the Nets don't offer him this. Does he think, he's hoping the Nets sign him and trade him? Got it. Okay, since it's not going to work with you guys, sign me and trade me away, but he gets what he wants.
Yes.
I wasn't aware that that's
he wants that, and I know that somebody's going to take a chance, man. Somebody's going to take a chance, especially on Kyrie, and desperate teams the Clippers, Knicks. But imagine Kyrie Irving and Brunson backcourt. No, maybe.
What do you mean? What about Luka?
No. Knicks. Since Brunson is rumored.
Please enjoy yourselves.
Derrick Rose off the bench. Decent set of guards, but injury prone both. And then with the Mavs, I don't see the Mavs. Maybe the 76ers, pero Noke, and this is all rumors too, but Noke, him and Harden were fucking clashing. That's why I don't believe that Kyrie is going to leave, because this is just the list. I can't put some rumors out there. Put como decía, let's get these puppets to work.
Yeah.
Then send some leaks.
Like in Game of Thrones, my little birds, send out little birds.
Send out little birds, and I feel that's all he's doing. But I wouldn't if they are playing chicken, I wouldn't be surprised if the one team that he does go to is the Lakers. Y para decirles
but they don't have that kind of cap space. What's going to happen? Kyrie, Westbrook, LeBron, AD, Melo,
you could still trade Westbrook. That'll be the only thing, Westbrook. Or if he does decide to opt out and play for $6 million with the Lakers.
I don't see a world.
Win a championship and get paid.
No,
win a champion and get a championship and get paid. No.
Yes, a normal person would do that. Kyrie Irving is not going to go do an NBA season for $6 million. But
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Por mamones a los Nets, you're not going to pay me. You're not going to do what I want. All right, fuck it. Opt out. Hey, LeBron, let's go. Let's run it.
But what? I don't know.
That's out of that list. That's the only teams. Maybe the Clippers, but are you really going to go to the Clippers and the Lakers?
I would much rather. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and myself, if I was Kyrie Irving, that sounds lethal enough to me.
He'll be like, Kobe for you, Kobe. Title, Kobe, play Lakers. That's the only way I see the Lakers too. Clippers, I don't think so. It would be like a slap to Kobe in heaven, man, going to the Clippers. I don't think he'll do that. Knicks, Manos. I mean, if the Knicks do pay him, but it's even then the Nets still are gonna pay him the most, even on a 4-year deal instead of a 5 supermax.
That's my whole thing. I was like, the more logical sense would be all right, do I need to prove myself? I'll opt in, give me my 36, and then if I see this going south, then demand a fucking trade. I'm still gonna get my 36, and then wherever I go, they will sign me, not for a max, but they will sign me.
But I think it'll still like I think if he opts in, he's gonna still put the Nets at like, hey, we're gonna lose him for nothing. So let's just like let's trade him.
You don't think they'll sign him the next season if he plays X amount of games? Whether that's on the contract or not. Like, let's just say they don't stipulate anything. He just opts in. He gets his 36.
That's
and
just
and he plays 57 games. You think the Nets don't offer him the max after he plays 57 games in one season? I think that's in more than enough.
that
But
that
my-
could be. And
but
then
my
to keep
logic-
KD.
Yes, but my logic is the second he puts pen to paper, he's going back to his old ways. Why not? It's all guaranteed.
Russell Westbrook, why not? Yeah. Well, I mean, this I don't know, man. I really would like to see him in a Lakers uniform with LeBron. Maybe a more mature Kyrie this time around. Well, mature.
Imagine doing like a 7-year circle just to end up with this pendejo all over again. Wait, like
I mean,
I want my own
He said it.
I want my own team. That doesn't mean enough. Do you mean just because he said one time I wasn't mature, you're equating that to I still need
Hey.
LeBron. I can't do anything without him? No.
No.
That's
Like,
what you're equating that to, I think. I
it-
just feel like his whole his whole story of I want my own team, I want to lead my own team, I want my own championship dies if he goes to fucking Los Angeles
I think
or to the Lakers.
he's not gonna say it, but I feel that he's realized in his head where like I can't do this alone, and I feel he's reaching that maturity of like, hey, you know what? Like it takes others to win.
Kevin Durant is not enough for that other. He doesn't fill that role. I guess
Well, see, even
I
Durant
would
has
underst-
been hurt. Even
I would
Durant has been
understand-
hurt.
I would understand if Kyrie was playing like in Charlotte or in Washington. Like, oh yes, I need another one of those guys. But he has fucking Kevin Durant next to him, man. Like that should be enough.
I mean, it wasn't enough versus the Celtics. Like they still have to
Because
improve that team. They still have to improve it because defensively they're not good, man.
Harris is coming back next season. That's not a defender, but
The shooting guard,
their 3-point shooter, yeah.
the 3-and-D guy. I mean, no, man, as you're putting
No,
that guy
he's
as the
just-
savior of the team.
No. I'm just saying, like, they're gonna rebuild and they have a 3-point shooter, a 3-point champion. I don't know, put a little bit of respect on his name. It can spread the floor differently for everybody. Like, you know, my
don't know.
comparisons. He's that poor man's Klay Thompson.
Yeah. Well, I mean, offensively, they've got enough, I feel like. So they need to get better defensively. Like that's what they need to do. And
Definitely, the Nets were terrible on defense.
I don't know, man. I don't know. So that's also something to think about. How is the team gonna get better with him and getting a max? Like, how are they gonna make the team better?
I think
Really?
Kyrie's bluffing, and he's gonna be pretty much cornered into opting in. And if he opts out, he's gonna play for a very little money this season, right?
I mean, you never know. He could still sign. Like he won't get a super max, but he can still get a high dollar amount of money. I think it was like 140 something or something like that over 4 years.
But what he's not a fan of is the stipulations, right?
No, but he wants a non-incentive deal. I mean, obviously, like the All-Stars, MVP or whatever, those will be bonuses.
Those are
but
pretty much, yeah.
he doesn't want to be tied up to like I need to play a certain amount of games, or he wants to do what he wants, man. So
we'll have to see how that one plays out, but I think he's bluffing.
yeah, we'll see what happens. We both think he'll be with the Nets, so we'll see what happens. Our next topic is, wish Joey was here to talk about this one because I'm sure he would have been excited. But Arch Manning has committed to the University of Texas, and it was a huge buzz around. I mean, I like to watch Max, J. Will, and Key in the morning, and they were talking a ton load about this play here, or this commitment by Arch Manning to Texas. So what are your thoughts, Carlos, on this commitment?
I've always been a fan of Longhorns football, just the University of Texas in general. And I mean, the bloodline's right. So he's definitely been sought after for a reason. I'm obviously not gonna be watching any high school football, but I mean, they threw a boatload of money at him too, right? What was it, like $3 million or something?
You know what? I don't think he's agreed to anything yet, like that NIL or something, whatever, because he's looking to get more money. Some Johnny Manziel sign, like more money, especially because he is I mean, he's in a good situation where he doesn't need the money as most
Right.
other people or
Family's
other
well off.
students. Yeah,
Right.
family wealth. So what I was hearing is that he doesn't want no NIL or like school trying to pay him. He wants the big companies. He wants those fucking Gatorade, Nike, like somebody who's gonna come.
Real contracts, like
Yeah.
a Nike. Got you.
Real contracts. So he wants to wait supposedly for that, which is the good thing. Again, yeah, he doesn't need the money. So he's probably gonna set off a market for the next couple of.
But let me ask you this: you think he just walked in there and the University of Texas didn't hand him $1? Ain't no fucking way, dog.
I don't think so either. Yeah, nah, I don't think so. But as far as official contracts,
Oh yeah, money
he-
shown. Well, I guess now you don't even gotta show it, and everything's fine. So who cares?
he's yeah, he's gonna want to get. He's waiting on a bigger deal than just like 3 mil or something like that. Especially with that Manning last name on his back, he knows he's worth.
It'll be
lot
interesting to
more.
see if he helps his coach recruit. I'm not even sure who. Is
Oh
the new
yeah,
coach.
I was also hearing that on J Will, Key and Max that just that Manning name, and if he starts playing good like early and everything, that he might even start like you said, maybe recruiting or maybe more players, high school recruits wanting to come and play for.
At least wide receivers will be interested.
Yeah,
I
wide
mean,
receivers,
you're
but
probably not gonna convince a defensive player, but
they're gonna have to fix up that offensive line for them. And I mean, here's another guarantee by Joey that he mentioned was that there's no excuse. This is verbatim Joey's text right here. Hashtag hook'em. No excuse. Longhorns should be contending top 10 the next 3 years. Joey's
assuming that kid stays there that long, but
and I mean, do you think he'll start right away? I mean, I'm not too sure exactly on if they were going to start.
I think he kind of has to, no?
I'm not sure, but
let me rephrase that. Not that he has to, but like you don't go throw all your chips in or like make this kind big of a splash and then like the kid's not even gonna fucking play.
Yeah,
but
he's gonna get some. He's gonna get.
I'm not well versed in the world of college athletics. It's just modern slavery, and I'm not supportive of that brand.
So
fuck
much
the
trash.
NCAA 2 times.
So much trash that Joey was talking about the Longhorns and all this, because I mean, like I like to watch. I know the talent comes from college, and I'm not against that, but I prefer to watch the professionals. That's what I like to watch. Not against college. Maybe I'll start looking into it because Joey got me last season to watch more Texas football. And, the first game I started watching, Texas loses a huge lead. I can't remember. It was like 21 points or 28. They lose a huge lead and Texas loses. And Joey's like, wow, first like time you start watching college football and fucking Texas loses this fucking lead. And you know what? Since that game, I kind of would tune in here and there every week. They went on a 5-game losing streak, which cost them to like basically have a bad season. But
Bert, did you see the highlight of this this little kid calling into the Pat McAfee show?
Nah, I haven't seen that.
I'm about to send you this link, bro. It was hilarious. Pat McAfee was trying to cut the little kid off right away. He's like, kid, I know you're too young to be listening to this show. Kid, how old are you? Watch. I'm about to send you the highlight of it, or like the little clip. My brother sent it to me this morning, and I could not stop laughing.
Text. All right, let's take a look here.
I sent it on Instagram.
All right, let's take a look.
I don't know if I don't think you'll be able to play the audio unless you play it on the computer.
Hold on, yeah.
What's up, Pat McAfee?
Dan, you are too young to listen to this show. I can tell through. I think. How old?
I'm not Dan. I am Owen.
Mitt.
Owen, how old are you?
So different.
I am at 8.5.
Oh, this kid.
8.5.
If you're telling us you're half age, you're too young to be listening.
That's a record.
What,
What's on your mind, pal?
what do you want to talk about, Owen?
I want to talk about how inspiring this show is and how
Owen!
you're inspiring this whole entire world with how you're talking about sports and how you're talking about your life experience.
Thank you, Owen.
Owen, thank you.
Love you, Owen.
Thank you,
Owen, I'm taking you
Oh,
on the
and
show.
also, fuck Boston.
I will let Owen know, if you're still listening, Owen, you're inspiring.
Best kid ever.
Owen, the way you talk about sports is inspiring.
my
Yeah, I didn't know 8.5 could do that. Is that? Shout out Owen.
That time.
Go, Owen.
Hey, Owen. New generation in Connecticut, I guess.
He's making me feel good, making the show
man.
feel good. He was talking us up, he was hyping us up, and then boom, yeah, a little misdirection from Aristotle's brother Owen at 8.5.
Wow, that was great, man.
Little legend in the making, bro.
Oh man, that would have been so much sweeter if it was like, fuck Golden State. Would have been better. But oh man, yeah, no, I mean, I said, it's a perfect way to end the show. This was a great laugh. Hopefully, we could get our third guy, Black Mamba, in the show. I mean, he's grinding out there. Stop making him work that OT. We need him out here. But any other thoughts, Carlos? Anything else you want to add in to the show?
No, man, I'm just thinking and preparing for next couple of weeks and see what kind of actual sports coverage we're going to be able to have. It's more than likely going to be leaning towards off-season coverage of the sports that we're really into, but maybe have to check out some baseball pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm open and excited to potentially getting back into baseball. Seeing what others.
So my bad to cut you off. I might just keep the window tight and choose like the Rangers and like, I don't know, a hot team, so I can have like a little bit of topics to talk about. But
yeah, no,
excited for a new sports challenge, if you will.
Yeah, we can definitely excited to see what other sports we can cover.
Stanley Cup Finals got extended. They were on a 3-1 corner too, and they got one more win out of it.
Yeah, I know you were talking sweep last time about it. I saw that they got a one game, and I was like, ooh, no brooms.
Well,
in the Stanley Cup,
that Avalanche team had a 7-0 victory in one of those games. So I just seemed dominating enough to me, right? But that's domination, though. I don't know. And with goals, if you get anything more than 3 or 4, your opponent had no shot. And it wasn't 4; it was 7. You don't see that in the final, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, pretty excited about that. Maybe we could finally also. I know it's still ways to go. I believe it's 78 days from today. I believe NFL season starts. So I'm excited about that. Maybe get in. Talk about them boys, baby. This is their year on a weak division. Just win that division, and everything else will take it from there.
But that's what we've done every year. Just win that division, and then we don't do the next step. So we got to take the next step.
We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But guys, again, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe. Hit the bell to get all notifications of future content in the channel. Morning Fanatic, Filthy Texican. We're out.